Good evening, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 7:32 on, what do they call it, Holy Thursday. Tomorrow being Good Friday. Easter weekend coming up. With a few from each of the meetings tomorrow from Lingfield and Newcastle. I was looking at them just as it must be 2 o'clock last night. I stayed up too late. I was wrecked this morning, wrecked tired. But got a few flowers sold today, a few window boxes, got the primroses in. Meant to do it there for a couple of weeks. I always do it this time of the year. Lovely flower for the summer. But there was not as much variety when I went shopping yesterday afternoon. A lot of the nice colours, the pink and the reds, were gone, so I was left with yellows of different descriptions. But we have a start made for the year anyway. So I have a couple of things to finish now tonight. That's why I'm on here early. We had an okayish day. We didn't lose any money. And if we don't lose, it means that we must be winning a quid or two. First off was the one in Hereford. Second. Could not have picked the winner if I was there with counterfeit money. Actually, that trainer nipped us in 2 of the races today. Tim Vaughan ran second. Probably didn't stay the trip or got outstayed. We had the ground was against that horse. He didn't travel nearly as well in Galley Flight in Clonmel. His jumping was like a glue pot down there. But ran respectably. I wouldn't be going too mad on him again. I seldom go near those beginners' chases, but I thought that was an angle today. But Old Soul, early money yesterday evening, drifted out. Then we had a nice winner in the one we dream of. That opened up 4-1 yesterday, which was 7-2. Went 11-4 when I was doing the video there last night. I did say it was my best fancy, and then when I was writing down the things last night, the mind was going, I don't know what, and I wrote down the other one as a better bet, and I didn't alter it in when I noticed it later. And the horse that was second, I thought would be pulled out today. That'll win a race because it's better on better ground, too bright. It looked like in the straight that he was going to catch us. And then we had a horse, a novice, that ran very well. It'll pick up a race or two, Gentleman Demai. It was very novice at the second last. That's only its second run over the fences. But money back, that was 6-1. So not too bad. Couple of newcomers on the bus there. Mike Barry and Ibi Khalik. He's in Lancashire. If I missed anyone, I'll get them when I can. Tomorrow, there's a lot of prize money between the 3 meetings tomorrow in Lingfield. But with soft ground at Bath, I couldn't get an angle on it, so I left that alone. I've an each way Trixie in Lingfield, but I'll give a mention to a couple of other horses as well. We have 2 bus horses in the first race. Buxted 2, he won 4 for us, but he's probably out of he's carrying top weight now, even though he's Billy Loughnane up tomorrow. It's a tough enough race, that, and we have Dream Harder. I think that's a bit out of his depth as well. If I was having a bet, and I probably will in the race, I might back Vega Silica each way. It's 11-2. So it's left a lot to do in this particular race, and it closed very well under hands and heels. And Palanis has taken off, Conor Palanis has taken £5 off tomorrow. But it came 4 wide round the turn, and
Trixie Hill's in behind.
that's him with the white face.
Now starting to move Vegas Cecilia wider out and trying to wind this one up to move closer. Greystoke is still in between rivals, born to be a leader at the back with Bashful Boy. So Hallich in front, but they are queuing up in behind. Heading them back towards home. 2 furlongs left to go. Percy Jones now flat down into the drive in second. To the outside is Greystoke. Vega Cecilia is very deep into the home straight. Tralee Hill's back up the inner. Hallich has kicked again up front. Hallich goes again. Goes clear by a length and a half. They're being followed by Greystoke in second. Back in third, Vega Sicilia is now starting to rattle home. Hallich, though, is clear by a length and a half, driving towards the line. Vega Sicilia is storming late, won't get there. Hallich leads it.
Won't get there is right. Let me see what prices say. 11 to 2. They're paying 4 places. He'd be a sort of an each way selection in that, but he's not one of the 3. In the 205 is a 2-mile race. An interesting horse here is the favourite, Willie Mullins. First run for Willie is won in Dundalk. Broke a maiden for Joe Murray and switched into Willie. Willie has him up in trip. But actually the horse that was third in that race is a couple of pound better off. Kadash, and also a good bit behind at 33 to 1. But McConnell is sending that over, so he must think that there's a chance of closing the gap. We have a buzz horse there. First Emperor won a couple of times for us. And Pontelius, he won one for us, he let us down another time. Hard to know. That's the horse. It broke its maiden at 1.5 miles. You know, fairly all right. So Ryan Moore is up for Willie, 2 to 1 favourite. I'll let you decide yourselves what you want to do. The 240 is a mile race. Brewing is undefeated, 3 for 3. Well enough bred Moore for Haggis. I think this is the reason Moore didn't go to the bigger purses. I think this is the reason he stayed here tomorrow. It looked fairly good. This was in Newcastle.
Behind the leader now is BT is back. BT's back. We'll have to think about a route through shortly as they move on then down towards the final 2. And BT is back, switching to the far side. Parallel World under pressure. Brewing's gone to the front. Emily Post dangerous down the near side. BT is back over on the far side now, trying to gather stride. Brewing can sense him coming. Brewing tries to up the ante. Leads from BT is back. These quickly go on from Emily Post. And Parallel World up front. Brewing leading narrowly from BT is back over on the far side. They got a half a furlong left to go. Brewing is still narrowly out in front from BT is back in second place. Brewing sticks his neck out to make it 3 straight wins.
Up a furlong as well tomorrow. Different surface though, back, but he won in Kimpton before, so he should be alright. He's short enough. On to the 3:15. This is one that I thought, we have the Hague in it. We won on it and we were second the last time, a sort of unlucky second. Or third, wasn't it? Yeah, it was third. But Stuart Williams has a horse here, Tolstoy. And he's 7 to 1. Williams is 3 for 12 in the last 14 days. Now this horse, when he came from John Gosden to Stuart Williams, he was rated 96. This looks like having been a plot job to me. 96. He's down to 84. He's down 12 pounds. And he was behind Le Hague in this race.
Otto and Kieran Schumach. They're tracked by Laheg and Aberama Gold. And then out wide is Jack's Point, followed by Crimson Sand. Back in the field then on the inside is Tiger Bay, Tolstoy in the centre, Dora Penny. Then Embor towards the rear of the field with La Quinto. Homeward bound, Baldemero looking to kick off the turn. Chased by course specialist Count Otto. Then behind these is Laheg and Aberama Gold. They're pretty strung out. Count Otto throwing down the big challenge to Baldemero. Here comes Laheg and also Aberama Gold. And from the back, Tiger Bay. Count Otto leads the way. Count Otto's just going to hold on for a 7th course win. Count Otto up.
I wouldn't be surprised if he turned around that for him tomorrow. He wasn't that busy with him there. This could have been a plot job. And he was 7-1 earlier. 7-1. I was looking at the 365 prices. I was going to include him in an each way lucky or an each way Trixie. Same thing with a horse here. Civil Law. Ryan Moore is riding this for Roger Teal. He was 15-2 earlier there. But he ran in this particular race last year. He was 7th. He's only beaten a couple of lengths. But he's a year older. And he's exactly the same mark tomorrow. He went down to 84 and he won. And this was his last run. He's a grey horse. This was his last run in Wolverhampton. He wasn't that busy. Grey horse on the rail, towards
Power
back,
State shaken
black
up
and
on
yellow.
the inside of Titian, then Dream Harder, Hieronymus driven hard, then comes Dark Pine, 1/4 mile to go, Outbreak, War in Heaven separated by a head as they swing in. Titian is 2 lengths off them in 3rd, the others have running to do. War in Heaven on the outside of Outbreak, Titian a couple of lengths behind, not much coming from off the back at the moment as the leaders race well inside the final furlong. It's War in Heaven from Outbreak, Titian, Precision Storm, Dream Harder, both running on, but War in Heaven has held on to fend off Precision Storm, Titian, Dream Harder.
He wasn't bet all that far there, and they have Moore tomorrow. He was in that race last year, and it was the same thing. But he seems to be a better horse this year. He's 6 now. 15-2. That'll be the second leg of an each way Trixie. There's a horse there. Spring Promise will probably, he looks like to be the chalk that'll win there. But we had Golden Mayflower a couple of times. It was unlucky. That's the hottest favourite of the day for Charlie Appleby and William Buick. And then in the 3rd leg of an each way Trixie, I was trying to do it in such a way that the 4 of them, or the 3 of them, if they might be placed at best. And we picked Moore again for Stuart Williams. This was his last run at 5 furlongs, and he has won at 7 at the track. But he's I think this was just out for the run the last time as well.
Leading Huberts Dream has had to switch off the rail. Wide around the turn, Dicky Bird, Paddy's Day cutting the corner, Orange Sluice moving up into 3rd inside the 2. Democracy Dilemma in a strongly run race, chased down the straight by Huberts Dream. Then Paddy's Day staying on. These 3 seem to have it between them, clear of Carry Out Angel, and it's Democracy Dilemma deep inside the furlong, still rolling on here. 3-4 lengths ahead, they're chasing Shadows in behind. Democracy Dilemma out sharply, makes most to win well. Very close for second between Paddy.
It was 9-2 there earlier. They'd be the 3 at Lingfield. At Newcastle, in the first race, there's 2 horses that has won at the track. That Arabian Storm is the favourite, and it won over 7 furlongs. It's well bred. It's related to that Spirit Mixer, half brother. But Obelix Obelix for the Gosden team. This won at a mile in Newcastle, course and distance. The other one that won was over 7 furlongs. But this lad has done it at the trip.
Just giving way a little bit is Dreams a Dozen. Obelix still travels smoothly and now begins to cruise up sides the leader out wide, so they come back towards the final furlong and a half, towards the near side. Captain Wentworth. Obelix to the far side is cruising to the front. Captain Wentworth tries to respond. Dubai Crystal trying to run on behind those, then Kurt's Cat, but inside the final furlong they go, and Obelix is starting to clear away here. Obelix is opening up and has gone away by the best part of 8 to 10 in short time. Obelix will give Benoit de Sayet his 53rd win of the season, and he edges it.
I know he was 1 to 4, but he acted well on the track, and 9 to 2, 4 to 1. I thought he'd be my selection in that. There's a conditions race here that should have been airing. It's trained by Richard Hannon, and Richard Hannon hasn't had a winner since the 11th of March. He's 0 for 20 in the last 3 weeks. He's rated 103. There's a horse rated 104. It's a filly, and it's getting £5. Trained by George Bowie. It ran over in Dubai against Maj and Al Dazim, and it won a listed race in France the last day, and they pulled a long way clear of the rest. I know it's a different surface.
Those who've got Rogue Lightning as they come through the closing stages in this listed pre-Rondon Wheaton. Far side as we look, the big white face of Michaela's boy, Jason Hart, but Love Affairs and Tony McCover, Amy Murphy, just getting a little squeeze perhaps there. Proverb is hard at work, but coming through with the light blue colours, with Padika on its inside. Here on the outside comes Whistle and Flute. Then came Rogue Lightning as they go up towards the line, and it's Whistle and Flute, Hugo Journiak, Padika, and Maxime Guillon doing battles head to head, toe to toe. It's going to be close, but Padika maybe just from
the fact that the trainer is in better form than the other one at this time of the year, I always take that into consideration. He's 6 wins, 6 plays. That's 12 out of 27, nearly 50%. And the other trainer is, although it's a decent horse, but I thought Pradeep at the prices there. It's an each way bet at 11 to 2. Bus horse here, Berkshire Rocco, opened up 9 to 4 there a while ago. This one is the highest rated, joint highest with Earl of Cotswolds, who won it last year. But he's 9 now, we're 6. He won for us a couple of races back, and then we stuck with him, not knowing how fit Earl of Tyrone was. But he still ran pretty well at Kimpton. He'd be the selection in that race. 9 to 4 earlier, so he'll drift out again. He's into 15 to 8, I think, now. I have to stay with him. We won a few pounds with him before. Now this is the trickiest race, and it's the dearest or the most expensive for the owner to get money out of tomorrow. But we were on which of those were on the last day? We were on Harrovian when Forest of Dean bet us. We were on Base Note before, but with a 6 race or a 6 horse field, there's a horse here at 10 to 1, and he's a good old turn of foot. And he's not well in at all at the weights. He's actually £10 out, but it's his first try at 10 furlongs, and he has a good turn of foot. He was behind Outbreak in Lingfield we went with him the last time, but he didn't. He didn't get the run. I thought at 10-1. Now there's a real shot in the Derek, small money on that horse. Freescape is 9. He's the highest rated. He won in Dundalk, not in February there. He ran in Dubai. No, it was last November. Let me see. Mithered. Yeah, December in Dundalk. Few runs in Medan. But you can get funny results when there's no pace and a small field. There's another Berkshire. People that likes their Berkshires, who hit a double the other day with same names. Berkshire Rocco and Berkshire Shadow. This won very well the last day in Wolverhampton. Former winner of the Coventry Stakes. Classy horse. $111. And they're on level weights, so that's well in at the weights. The 410 is the mares. Looks to be in the betting with a 2-horse race. Manifit won a race for us. 113 to 15 to 8. The 10th of December. Won a listed race the last time. But I thought with this Queen Aminatu that she has a better turn of foot. Now, he's no slouch, or she's no slouch either. But when it won in Lingfield,
Snooze and you lose from Rosemary in time into the final bend. Cronell, Mabadra half length down. Roma missed with every chance, 3 wide. Followed by Oscula, Isola Ross around the inside. Then International Angel running on. Crystal Caprice is now beginning to find her stride. And Queen Aminatu down the outside, blasting home in the Oppenheimer colours and sweeps past a lot of them. And Queen Aminatu clearing away to win the Fleur-de-Lis in impressive fashion.
And she ran. It's a sort of soft surface or softer surface in Newcastle than it is at Lingfield. So having ran with cut in the ground is a plus. And it ran in good soft in Ascot the 1st of October. And it was only a length and a half behind Soft Whisper, who was rated 106. And that was 88. So that was £18 of a difference in the ratings. And ran it to a length and a half on a soft surface. I didn't get the run of the race.
Between horses and his Wilderness Girl. Then came Honey Sweet and Nazaka. Ali Ali's been ridden along. Trying to move up into it is Love Interest and Queen Aminatu and Romantic Rival. Soft Whisper has found a couple of lengths on them as they run towards the final furlong and a half from Wilderness Girl. Nazaka is out after Soft Whisper. Now then Ali Ali. Romantic Rival's trying to run on, so too Queen Aminatu. They're inside the final furlong. It's Soft Whisper under David Probert. Queen Aminatu is getting there with every stride but is running out of time. Soft Whisper from Queen Aminatu, and Soft Whisper will win the October stage.
100 rated horse behind. This is the race that last year Highfield Princess won, and that went on to win, wasn't it, 5 Group 1s? We were on Highfield Princess last year. Then we sort of switched off her instead of staying loyal like we should have to collect more. Aramis Grey, that won a race for us last year too. But Manifit is absolutely no slouch at all. But I just thought at 7 furlongs that the other one might have more toe. And then the last race is a sprint 77,000 sterling to the winner. We've a few horses here we backed and won with them a few times. We've good old Alligator Alley, but I think it's out of his depth, and that surface I think as well. Harry's Bar is a huge price there, and they're paying 4 places in a few bookies. Harry's Bar, Oisin Murphy is riding it for Ado McGuinness. This one was at 3 races for us last year. Won the 12th of July last year in Dundalk. It has won, if you look at its record on the all-weather, it's 14 wins out of 34 starts and 6 places. So that's 20 times out of 34 runs it has been in the money. And with 4 places tomorrow, it's a 10-1 shot. And it ran well enough the last time to Berkshire Shadow. And Berkshire Shadow now will be running earlier. So you'll get it run. And this was at a distance not suitable because it's more a 6 furlong horse.
Is in 6 with 3 furlongs to go. Angel Blur still at the back of the field with the Dream. They're on the turn down towards the final quarter of a mile. To the outside, Tinker Toy is given the hurry up. Dabab still has the lead as they make the turn in. Dabab out in front now by nearly a length to Tinker Toy, who tries to rally towards the inside. Berkshire Shadow has every chance. Harry's Bar, then Angel Blur from a long way off the pace towards the near side. Hod's Girl is picking up down towards the final half furlong, and it's Berkshire Shadow who's got the lead. Berkshire Shadow's out in front by over a length, racing up towards the line. Berkshire Shadow has taken the Lady Wolf route.
Not that far off, but it's right there with the ratings as well. So I think it's 8, but it does like the surface. Like Harry's Bar is rated 109. It's top rated in the race actually. They're all carrying 9-7 bar the Dream, who won recently. Anaf is favourite, going for 4 in a row. But I'm backing that each way tomorrow with 4 places at 10-1. I'll put up a couple of the double with the Berkshires and a wild card with that Nasser Bete, Queen Aminatu, and Perdika each way. Now, there's an awful lot of National Hunt people that probably won't have any interest in that tomorrow at all. I just let it go through it. Oh, it's an awful long video. Probably too long. I didn't mean to do that now. I'll get out of the way. Bash the bookies over and out.